What's up guys, Simon here. In this video we're going to go ahead and talk about JP Morgan Chase and JP Morgan Investment Bank. What's the difference? And really kind of the reason I brought this up is because I had the JP Morgan Reserve card. It's the $10 million card. Now there's the Chase Sapphire Reserve and so forth. All of these cards are different. The two banks are sisters or brother and sister. We're going to kind of go into it and let you know what the difference is. Before I do, like the video, subscribe. It's free. Let's get into it. Okay, so JP Morgan actually was bought by Chase, okay? And that's how it became JP Morgan Chase Bank. Chase is more of the retail side of the banking industry, and the JP Morgan side is kind of the asset wealth management, securities, and kind of the more, I would say, exclusive side of the banking industry. So if you are looking for asset management, wealth management, investments, JP Morgan Bank is the bank or the investment firm that you want to go with. That's where you could get the JP Morgan Reserve card as well through JP Morgan Bank. As a private client of Chase, which is, I guess, a higher division of the Chase banking system where you have 250,000 or more US dollars in the bank as of when I was a member. Now it could be higher or lower depending. However, I personally was able to experience some of the JP Morgan customer service as well. The JP Morgan Chase company was actually created when Chase acquired JP Morgan, and Chase is used as a brand for commercial banking and retail banking operations. So if you're looking for investment banking and wealth management, then you need to go over to the Morgan side, and that is not cheap. It's $5 million minimum. What's also interesting is Morgan Stanley has some relationships to the JP Morgan group. I believe that is the grandson of JP Morgan, and he created Morgan Stanley, which also partners with American Express, and you could get a Morgan Stanley Amex Platinum card for a very good price. I haven't reviewed that. Actually, I did review that. Check out that review on my channel. And I went over the perks of having the Morgan Stanley side of the banking, which is also an investment and wealth management group as well. So as a result of the merger in the 90s of JP Morgan Bank and Chase Manhattan Bank, the JP Morgan Chase Bank has been created. And overall, I think it's great for the customers as there is variety. Now, if you look at JP Morgan Bank, the offices, the JP Morgan banks are more exclusive. It's more sit down. It's more personable. People working there will really know who you are by first name, last name. They'll know your assets. They'll know your history. They'll understand you as a more white glove service in the banking industry. And it's more hands-on, more exclusive, more detailed, and more, I would say, in a way, formed to your demands and needs and likes. I find the JP Morgan private bank more in line with some of the smaller, higher boutique banks such as First Republic, Comerica, and some of the others. JP Morgan Investment Bank is probably like the Charles Schwab as well, or the Morgan Stanley Bank that you could get locally near you. So if you look at some of the photos, you'll see that they're nice banks, very small. They're not expecting that heavy foot traffic. You're not going to see, 30 people in line with $20 to $50 in their bank account waiting to talk to the teller to waive a fee. With Chase Bank, it's obviously more commercial, more retail. You're going to see people in line. Chase is always busy. They have smaller minimums, and they're not going to know your name. You're just a bigger number or a number to them. I doubt that they're going to be very detail oriented to your account. Although some places I've been to, as far as Chase, they did build a relationship. It just was not as detailed. There's more turnover with their tellers. I find it to be a more non-exclusive bank that is well known throughout the world. However, it's not going to be something that you could say, you're a member of JP Morgan Chase Bank and people are going to go, wow, what level of service are you getting? You could have a couple $1,000,000 in your bank account there and you're not going to get treated any special. You're not going to get any white glove service. You may want to move your assets to a more private bank, and that private bank, wherever that is going to give you more attention. They're going to give you more love and more affection, I should say, or really just know what you're about and who you are as a person. So overall, with JP Morgan Investment Bank, it's the one bank you should consider if you have lots of money laying around and you potentially want to have go into their private banking and have that money invested, have them advise you on certain wealth management, trusts, and so forth. They have the expertise and the people there. If you are maybe 100,000 and below, or even 100,000 to $1 million, you probably don't need that level of service. You're probably just okay with using the Chase Bank. I used Chase for a long time, have several mortgages with Chase, and overall it's been great. If I now ever open up another bank account, I always want to opt for that white glove bank service. It just makes life easier in banking and it's more personable and it's to my level of satisfaction or my level of desire of what I want from a bank versus what the bank can offer me and just kind of glide by. And that's kind of what it's been with Wells Fargo, Bank of America, some of the other banks where you feel like you're a number waiting in line to make a deposit. With the private banks such as JP Morgan Chase, you're not a number. They know you by first and last name. They greet you properly. They know your kids' names. It's just very personal. It's kind of old school service, and I respect that. I respect that level of attention to detail, attention to the client or customer. And I think that if that's what you're seeking, the JP Morgan Private Bank is for you. And then you could apply for the JP Morgan Reserve Card through the JP Morgan Private Bank and have a heavy hitter like this. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope you did. Please hit the like button, subscribe. It's free. And let me know which bank you love the most, which is one of your favorite private banks or most white glove service banks out there. Comment below. I'll take a look at it. Thanks.